Alright guys, here's a FeelFree Moken 10. This one's been doing really well. I've got the lure over here. I've got the pod out of this one. It's upside down right now. So we'll work on this one. This one I got damaged, so I did some repair on it. So right now I've yanked out the wheel and the keel. I originally had some plastic that was cracked here from shipping. So I plastic welded that. This was before, so ignore the white stuff. I plastic welded that, and then I still was getting a little bit of water leakage. So I pulled the wheel off. Actually, it was this side. And then on the inside, there was another crack. So I plastic welded that. And then what I decided to do, it was really thin in that spot, was part of the problem, something with the molding. So I yanked the wheel out. I then epoxied, this is a marine grade epoxy, in a piece of PVC. So there's a straight piece of PVC straight through here that'll thicken up the sidewall for me. And then give me a spot to run this through. This is a temporary rod. This is just a piece of conduit. I'm pretty sure this will bend after a few uses, so I ordered a piece of aluminum with some pretty thick sidewall. So I'm going to make that for the axle. But so basically you get the idea here. The axles, both of them pin on. These are old tires off of a bike cart, a kid carrier cart. So I'll be able to unpin this and yank it off. The aluminum one I ordered will fit this just about perfectly. So I'll slide that in. I'll have a spacer on each side. So this will be shortened up a little bit. So then I'll have dual wheels on here that I can just, see if I can do it one-handed now. I can just pop the pin. The wheel comes off. So these are just pinned wheels, which is really nice. This whole kit will come out and I can throw that back in the truck, and then I'm left with just this, the piece of PVC coming through here. Again, I did the plastic, or the marine grade plastic epoxy around the PVC on both sides just to seal it up really good. And I'm testing, this is a rub spot, like with gravel and stuff, so I just put a thin coat over here, and if this holds up really well, I'm going to do it on the keel and on the front and stuff. I'll kind of put a few where the rocks scrape a lot. I'll put some of this down. I was looking into some of that gator guard. It's like an epoxy tape type thing, but that's like $60 for a small sheet of it. So I'd be at like $120 to do this thing properly, whereas I can get a thing of marine grade epoxy, I think it's like $6. So I could do like all the high wear spots with that. It seems to be pretty hard. It'll just be a matter of how well it stays onto the plastic. But anyway, so this gives me an axle spot. Again, I just epoxied around it, basically just to stiffen all this up, and then I can take the axle in and out. I don't need the wheel on the keel for most of what I do. So anytime I go long distance, slapping this on will be probably better anyway. And I found when I have a bunch of fishing stuff like the milk crate and stuff in this, with the single wheel, the kayak wants to tip back and forth. The fishing rods will tip one side or the other. So it's kind of a pain to carry. So I'm hoping the dual wheel will take care of that for me when I do have to transport it. So yeah, figured I'd show you that. We'll have these on the water again this weekend. We're doing some bass fishing in some smaller lakes. So we'll be setting these all up for fishing. I got to put my pod back in this. I was going to mount my side imaging transducer down here, but I don't like the idea of when I get into rocky stuff, I got to pop it up. So I'm going to not do that idea, and I'm going to get one of the over the side arms to go on the front of this. So I need to pick one of those up this weekend too. So we got the two FeelFrees, like I said, the lure and the Moken 10. And I still have the Lifetime Tamarack. I'm probably going to be selling that one. The kids like it, so I might keep it for them, but for fishing and stuff, it's just not as stable as these. Big difference, and the kids have their little toy one they play around on. So just kind of going through some gear here, getting things wrapped up for the weekend, trying to get a bunch of orders done before I head out. Yeah, we'll see how this holds up, and if this holds up, I'll tape it off and do a nice skim coat on in the high wear spots. All right guys, have a good one.